Welcome to this channel. Mau belajar bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris dengan cara yang seru, santai, dan mudah dipahami? You're in the right place. Belajar kosakata dan ekspresi sehari-hari. Learn daily vocabulary and expressions. Dengarkan contoh situasi nyata. Listen to real-life examples. Subscribe sekarang dan nyalakan notifikasi. Let's learn together and have fun.
Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're tackling a request from a listener, someone keen to get a handle on the essentials for traveling in Indonesia pretty quickly.
Yeah, and we've got some really interesting source material. Looks like Indonesian lesson notes for, well, absolute beginners.
Exactly. So our mission really is to pull out the practical bits, the vocabulary, the basic phrases, maybe some cultural insights you'd need just starting out.
Think of it like your starter pack for Indonesian travel. We're looking at keywords, a little grammar, and a taste of the culture, all from these notes.
Okay, so the notes cover a basic dialogue, some core vocab, a bit on prepositions, specifically K and D, and a really interesting cultural piece.
Sounds good. Where should we start? The dialogue, maybe?
Yeah, let's jump into that. It's a short exchange. Seems like travel planning between two people, Tuti and Edie.
Okay, so Tuti kicks it off. She says, "Saya dengar Mas Edi mau berangkat minggu depan,"
Which translates to,
I heard that you're leaving next week. Mas is a respectful term for a man, by the way.
ah, good to know. And Edie's reply is super simple. Ya, benar.
Yes, that's right. Short, direct, very common.
Then Tuti asks the key question, right? Mau pergi kemana?
Yep. Where do you want to go? That's one you'll definitely use. Mau's want, pergi's go, kemana's where to.
Makes sense. And Edie answers.
He says, "Saya mau pergi ke Bali. Terus saya mau pergi ke Tanah Toraja."
So I want to go to Bali. Then, terrace means then.
Yeah, then or and then.
Yeah.
Then I want to go to Toraja country.
He's using that same structure, mau pergi ke.
Very clear. And Tuti's reaction.
Ah, hebat sekali. Terrace. He's like, ah, that's great. And then hebat is great. Sekali adds emphasis, like very great or awesome.
Okay, she's clearly interested. And Edie's final step.
Just one word, pulang,
Which means,
going home. Or just home.
that's very direct.
It really is. And that directness is interesting. It shows how sometimes one word is enough. This whole little chat is like a perfect mini script for basic travel talk. Definitely. You could see how you could swap in different places or times. Okay, so let's zoom in on some of that vocabulary.
Right, the keywords that came up. We had pooling, the verb for to go home.
And hebat, meaning great. You called it a stative verb.
Yeah, it just describes a state, like something being great. You'd use it to say something's good, like you taste food. Hebat.
Simple approval. Got it. Then dengar.
To hear a verb, like Tuti dengar, she heard about the trip.
Okay. And berangkat.
Also a verb meaning to depart or to leave, useful for flights, trains,
Right. And minggu depan.
That's next week. An adverbial phrase telling you when, super useful for planning.
And the big one, pergi.
To go, the general purpose verb for going somewhere.
The notes give some example sentences too, which helps put them in context. For pulang, it says, wanita itu pulang ke rumah.
The woman is returning home. Now, notice the kuruma, to house there. We might come back to whether you always need that.
Okay. And for hebat, guru itu hebat.
The teacher is great. Straightforward praise.
For dengar, Tuti dengar kabar itu.
Tuti heard the news, connects right back to the dialogue.
And berangkat, Tuti sudah berangkat.
Tuti already went away, or Tuti has already departed. Sudah means already.
Planning again. Mau kemana minggu depan?
Where are you going next week? You often see kemana written as one word too, same meaning as kemana, where to.
Good tip. And pergi in a question. Mau pergi ke Bali?
Do you want to go to Bali? And also in a different context, anak perempuan itu mau pergi tidur.
The girl's going to sleep.
Yeah.
So pergi isn't just for travel, it's like gonna do something too.
It can be used more broadly, yeah, like going to do an action, especially one involving movement like going to sleep, going to eat, but primarily it's about going places.
Okay. Now you mentioned something interesting about pergi and also pulang earlier.
Right. The notes point out something useful for sounding more natural. With pergi, you can often just leave it out in casual speech if the direction is clear.
How so?
Well, you can say saya pergi ke bank for I'm going to the bank, emphasizing the action of going. But very often, you'll just hear saya ke bank. It implies the going, focusing more on the destination. I'm off to the bank, kind of.
Ah, like the going is understood. That's a neat shortcut.
Exactly. But if you want to stress the act of leaving where you currently are, then pergi is important. Like, saya mau pergi sekarang?
Which means?
I want to go now. Or maybe I should get going now. The pergi emphasizes the departure.
That makes sense. And what about pulang? You mentioned the kiruma thing.
Yeah, so pulang specifically means to go home. It's got home built into its meaning.
Right.
So the note suggests, and it's true, that saying saya mau pulang ke rumah sounds a bit redundant, like saying I want to go home to my house.
Ah, okay, so just saya mau pulang is enough.
Exactly. Saya mau pulang, I want to go home. That's the standard natural way.
Got it. Good distinction. Okay, let's switch gears slightly to the grammar point. The prepositions K and D.
Right. These are fundamental little words, big difference. They deal with location and direction.
So the notes say K is for direction, movement towards a place.
Precisely. Like in Edie's plans. Saya mau pergi ke Bali. He's going towards Bali. Terus, saya mau pergi ke Tanah Toraja. Going towards Toraja.
Direction.
Okay, K equals direction. Then D must be.
Location. Being in or at a place, a fixed spot. The example is saya di Keraton.
I am in the Keraton. A Keraton is what? Like a palace?
Yeah, a Japanese royal palace.
Yeah.
So D shows you're situated there, not moving towards it, but actually there.
Okay, that seems clear. K for going to, D for being at.
Uh-huh. And they give another example. Saya ke Yoga.
So Yogya is short for Yogyakarta, the city, right? So K Yogya means going to Yogya.
Exactly. Even though it's a place name, you use K because you're expressing movement towards it. So
Right.
K direction, D location. That's the core rule.
Simple enough when you put it like that. Okay, so we've done the dialogue, the vocab, pergi versus pulang, and K versus dengan. What about the cultural insight? It connects back to Edie's trip, right?
Yes, specifically to his plan to go to Tanah Toraja. It's a region in Sulawesi.
And the notes highlight something specific about it. They do. Well, you know, lots of people know Bali. Tanah Toraja offers this incredibly different cultural focus. It's famous for its elaborate funerary ceremony.
Funerary ceremonies. Okay, tell me more.
Well, these aren't small affairs. The notes mention they involve entire communities. They're huge social events, really. And they famously involve the ritual sacrifice of water buffalo.
Wow, okay. That sounds intense. It must be deeply significant culturally.
Absolutely. It reflects their beliefs about the afterlife, social status, and deep respect for ancestors. It binds the community together.
And there's something else mentioned, Tao Tao.
Yes. These are amazing. They're life-sized wooden effigies, like dolls or statues, made to look like the deceased person.
And what do they do with them?
This is the striking part. They don't just keep them indoors. They place these Tao in balconies or niches, carved high up into cliff faces, often overlooking the village or burial sites.
That paints quite a picture. Effigies looking out from the cliffs. That's very unique.
It really is. And the notes point this out as a major cultural attraction, something that draws people to Toraja, offering a profound contrast to, say, the beach culture of Bali.
It really underscores the diversity within Indonesia, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just one thing.
Not at all. It's an archipelago of vastly different cultures and landscapes. Traveling there means you can encounter these incredibly rich, distinct traditions.
Right. So, wrapping this deep dive up then, we've managed to extract quite a bit from these beginner notes. Some really practical phrases for starting conversations about travel plans.
Yeah, asking where people are going, saying where you want to go, and key vocabulary like pulang for home, hebat for great, pergi for go, minggu depan for next week.
We also clarified those nuances, like how you can often drop pergi when the direction's obvious, and that pulang usually stands alone for going home.
And we got that essential grammar fix on K for direction and D for location. Crucial building blocks.
And finishing with that fascinating glimpse into Tanah Toraja culture, the funeral ceremonies, and the Tao. It really adds another dimension to just learning phrases.
Definitely. So for you, the listener, hopefully this gives a solid starting point, some basic language tools, and a reminder of the incredible cultural depth you might find.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How even learning just a few basic phrases like these can be, a key to unlocking deeper interactions when you travel.
Absolutely. It shows effort, respect. It can open doors, lead to conversations you wouldn't otherwise have. It's more than just functional.
Yeah, it moves beyond just navigating and into actually connecting, even slightly. Which leads to a final thought, maybe. Considering the sheer diversity, like with Tanah Toraja being so different from Bali, what other unique, maybe less known cultural practices are waiting to be discovered across Indonesia's thousands of islands?
That's a great question to ponder. Definitely something to keep in mind if you're ever planning a trip there. There's always more beneath the surface.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.